Hello, welcome back to Uncle Al's Barbecue. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to make me some mustard fried onion rings. I have not made this recipe before, and the red onion's what I have. I talked to my wife about it, and normally I would make this out of a yellow onion. She says she likes the red onion, she likes the flavor of red onion. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's what I'll do. So as you can see here, it kind of split apart. Yeah, that's the way it is. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you gotta peel it all off there and just slice it straight down. Now, how thick, like this one right here, let's just cut that edge off. All right, let's peel one more peel here. Yeah, I'm gonna peel one more layer. I'm gonna peel one more layer off of here. All right, there we go. We are in business now. Okay, so you see all these little lines in there? You can see if you can see all these lines. Hold on, got some technical difficulties. All right. Now then, see we got these lines in here. Well, that's pretty much where your onion ring's going to be. Kind of looks like a tree, don't it? So, how thick you want your onion ring is how wide you cut it. I'm going to kind of go, let's say about 1/4 inch. There you go. And if you want them a little thicker, cut them a little wider. If you want them thinner, cut them thinner. And you know there's onion strings and onion rings. So, yeah, that'll work out right there. All right. Now, just pop out the centers on them. Right? That's a small onion ring in the center. Just pop the center out. See? Okay. And let's just move the centers to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dip them in a mustard blend that I did pretty much the same thing for the fish and pork chop and all that. Same seasonings. I mixed them all up, made my own seasoning, put it in here, shake it on there. And the mustard is basically the binder. So see that? It's little bitty onion rings. All right, and then the outside is going to be the big onion ring. So as you make these onion rings, and you share onion rings with your friends, they will always take the big one from the bottom while you eat the little one on top. You know what I'm saying, man, dude? Man. So, there we are. That onion ring, one onion made quite a few onion rings, didn't it? Look at that. So, enough of that. Let's go ahead and just put them in this mustard batter base. Just kind of running around with your finger. You're going to get messy today. I'm going to dredge them in the flour. Just get the flour on there. It's already mixed with some seasoning and cornstarch and all that. Then I'm going to put them on a plate. So, a little mustard base, a little flour. Now, I would imagine these, since I'm just making them on the fly, I just like, you know what, I'm just going to make some onion rings real quick. A quick recipe. I imagine some of the breading may break off of it. And that's just kind of the way it is. But I'm making these basically because I want to see what the flavor's like in them. And all that. Usually you would dredge these in milk. That's what I do. Or an egg wash. Now that one might be thick. Okay, so let me just make a few here. Get this in there. One hand dry. At least you try to get one hand dry. One hand wet. So dry, wet, and kind of running on around with your fingers, pinching it, and just dredge it in the flour. Okay. All right, so I made a little batch right there. It's just a quick little video, and look, they're all powdered up. So I think what I'll do, I'm going to dredge them one more time and put them in this flour here. When the oil gets up to temperature, I will show you that. We'll cook them, and these onion rings, they're going to cook fast. Okay, so you want to make onion rings? Once again, the onion ring will be just as fast a recipe as the fish. If you didn't watch my mustard fried fish video, you should. And you really need to try that. I mean, man, you know, when I'm doing these videos, I don't mean to come off as bragging or anything, because sometimes it don't turn out the way I like it, and I'll show you if it didn't. I will. I won't redo it like some of these other guys. But that fish, there we go. So what do we got? 3, 6, 7 onion rings. So I'm going to go ahead and clean off clumpy hands. So look at this. I got probably, what, 12 more to go. I'm going to just do a little video here real quick and see what it tastes like. I'll be back with you shortly. All right, here we are. So let's get out Mr. Temperature Gauge. It's on Celsius. There you go on there. So she's bouncing around. She's about almost there. 350. All right. You know, these onion rings. So I say let's put them on in and cook them. And I'm going to use a tong. There we go. And just drop them in. Spread them out around from each other. That was the first one that broke. You remember that one? And these, wow, the onion ring is so thin. These are actually going to be pretty much deep fried, not southern style. You know what I'm saying up in here? Do you feel me? Do you feel me? And I'm going to let them rest on a drip tray. Yep. I made me a buffalo hot wing chicken breast sandwich last night. So that was my drip tray. I couldn't help it. I felt it. I needed it. Now look how fast these onion rings cook. Look at that. They kind of, these right here, since that, they're just floating around. And if you have not watched any of my other videos, I suggest you can. I'm not trying to make a living off this, but if you watch the chicken and you watch the fish, when you see all these bubbles bubbling up in there, well, that's the moisture in the food. The water's coming out. And as soon as the bubbles slow way down, basically they're done. So I decided I'm going to do another thing. Is these are the mustard fried onion ring, and the mustard is the binder, which basically means whatever it is, like ribs. Some people rub the brisket with mustard, ribs, and all that, so your seasonings will adhere to the meat. Because otherwise, if you just had a naked onion ring and put seasoning and flour on it, chances are it's not going to really stick. So that's why a lot of people use an egg wash or a buttermilk bath for onion rings. Me, myself, I have done the onion ring and just regular milk. You don't have to buy buttermilk. Buttermilk's for chicken. And if you're going to do the buttermilk with the chicken, you need to just go ahead and let that go all night long and a shine long. Okay? Just put the buttermilk in a container and dump all your chicken in there and just let it marinate overnight. The enzymes in the buttermilk supposedly is what they be telling me up in here, is that's what coats the chicken and kind of breaks it down and seasons it. I made a fried chicken before that I soaked it in tea. It's regular old tea, not sweet tea, regular old tea. Alright, so you see how these onion rings be floating up in here? They're floating and bubbles is slowing on down. Right. And doing this onion ring video and doing these videos is just fun for me, something to do. My wife decided to go to work today, leave me home alone, so it's like, okay, well, I'll make me a cooking video and play my guitar and sip on some beer. Okay, you see how the bubbles are slowing on down? That would mean, to me, you're pretty much done. So, looky there. Looky here. Golden brown. So, and that's that first one that broke. Remember when I cut it? Ooh, knew he'd be problems. Alright. So I would say this here batch of onion rings be completed. It be completed. And I put it on. I'll move the camera here. I got one last left because there wasn't no room to put you in there. Alright, so let's check that out. There they is. There they be. Look at that. Ooh, man, oh man. They looking good, aren't they? They looking good. Oh, and once again, in case you're new and don't watch my channel and all that, I am cooking in shortening. That's right, folks. Shortening. It does give it a different flavor. There's no debating it. The shortening just gives it the different flavor. And it seems as though the food you cook, whatever it may be, like last night, I did a chicken breast, and when I've done the pork chop or the fish, man, it took a long time for that chicken to cool down. So, there we are. Let me go ahead and let these cool down for at least 5 minutes, and I'll take a bite. Oh, where I was earlier is, I thought about, you know what? I think I need to make me some mustard fried pickles. I think that might be pretty good. I mean, I've had fried pickles, and I've done fried zucchini. When you dip those in ranch, whoo, that's good. Them fried pickles, man, especially during summer, pickles are really good for you. And just a little tip for some of you folks, if you ever go to Subway and you're ordering your sandwich and the guy in front of you doesn't order any pickles, you just go ahead and ask that person that's making the sandwich, man, since he didn't have no pickles, can I have his pickles? Just a tip from Uncle Al. Okay, I let them cool on down, so stack them on up, make them look pretty. Woo, still a little hot. Still a little hot, so let's try this one right here. Look at there. Man, oh man, you know, you can make these at home on the cheap. Let's see what it tastes like. Let's hear it. I mean, y'all really don't need to see me eat it, do you? If you do, leave a comment. I gotta tell you. Man. I gotta tell you. If you like Whataburger onion rings that are cooked properly, if you have a Whataburger, some of y'all don't even know what Whataburger is, so I apologize for that. But It's a burger place down here in the South. I'm in Texas. I got to tell you. Well, once again, man, I put them onion rings up against anybody else's onion ring. I mean, you seen me make it fresh. You seen the other onion ring right back here? And that's how it started. Just cut the onion ring. Dredged it in the mustard concoction with my seasoning. If you watch the season, what I did, you can taste it. Oh, man, I got to save some of these. I'm going to end up eating them all. Man. Well, I guess that's it. And once again, thank you for barbecuing with me today. Even though we didn't barbecue. You got to try this. I mean, yeah, it's so easy to do that. I mean, it's just so easy. Cut the onion, peel it, dredge it in a little mustard, a little seasoning, 350 with some vegetable oil. You watch me cook it right in front of you. I mean, literally, what, 2 minutes? I mean, the video took longer because I'm showing some stuff and talking and explaining, but I got to tell you, man. I really didn't think that red onion would be that good. Because I would use the yellow onion. I'm just being honest. But my wife likes the red onion. I said, okay, babe, I'll make it for you. Yeah. Okay. We'll holler at you later on. Go ahead and hit that sub button, man. You know you like these onion rings. You know you like these onion rings. All day long on the Shay Long.